Every day, more Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
The following is an encore presentation of Local 10 News at 11.
Tracking Arthur, the hurricane growing stronger right now and impacting the Carolina coast. Our weather team, meteorologist Betty Davis and hurricane specialist Max Mayfield are tracking the storm, and they will have the new advisory in just a moment.
But we begin with breaking news. A Fort Lauderdale police officer working an off-duty detail shot during a deadly bar fight. And a Local 10 source telling us tonight that this is that officer, veteran detective Mark Shotwell, who was rushed to the hospital. We begin with Local 10's Tamika Bickham at McGuire's Hill, a popular restaurant at the scene of the shooting. Tamika.
Yeah, well, Calvin, police remaining pretty tight-lipped about this one, but you can just see the large police presence out here at the scene and in the parking lot of McGuire's Hill, where they say a shooting happened around 7:30 tonight between a Fort Lauderdale police officer and a patron.
It's an ongoing investigation. We have one individual who is deceased, and we have one officer who was struck by gunfire, who is at a local hospital.
That officer, one of their own, according to Fort Lauderdale police. Around 7:30 Thursday night, they received calls of a shooting in the parking lot of McGuire's Hill 16 restaurant. Police say one man is dead and a veteran officer with more than 20 years in their department was shot.
You have to understand, this is a member of our agency. He's a member of our family. So at this time, we will not be releasing information to the public until his family and friends are able to understand what happened to him and to process that before we are able to release that to the public.
Police are not saying what led up to this or the circumstances surrounding the shooting, but police do say this is a homicide and will be treated like any other homicide.
This is a difficult moment for us. This is a difficult moment for investigators. There's a reason why the Broward Sheriff's Office is coming here to take over this investigation, because it involves one of our own.
So again, as you heard there, since this is involving a Fort Lauderdale police officer, BSO has taken over this investigation. No word at this time on any arrests, any charges on any of this. This investigation still very early on. So as soon as we get any more information, which we will, and those developments continuing throughout the night, we'll be sure to bring them out to you. Reporting live in Fort Lauderdale tonight, I'm Tamika Bickham, Local 10 News.
All right, and from Tamika, we go straight to Local 10 News reporter Victor Okendo. He's at Broward Health Medical Center. Victor, what do you know?
And JC, the latest here is that this officer was rushed to Broward General in critical condition. And as Calvin mentioned at the top of the show, sources are telling Local 10 that it was Detective Mark Shotwell who was shot. He was pictured here at a Crime Stoppers Awards ceremony a few years ago. He is a veteran member of the force, and tonight the police presence here at Broward General is impressive. Whenever one of their guys gets hit, the show of support is always strong. That is the case tonight. Dozens of cops surrounding the trauma center, outside the hospital, inside the waiting room. They are everywhere tonight. We're also told the detective's family is here as well. We also spotted the mayor of Fort Lauderdale walking in. Jack Seiler got here just before 10 p.m. tonight. So many people here by his side, though still no word on the extent of the injuries or if any surgery is required. As we come back out live here outside of Broward General, Fort Lauderdale PD tweeted this out a moment ago. They said the officer's family and the members of FLPD greatly appreciate everyone's thoughtfulness and support. Again, the latest here at Broward General, Detective Mark Shotwell. He was rushed here in critical condition. Any updates, we will make sure to bring them to you. We're live in Fort Lauderdale tonight. Victor Okendo, Local 10 News.
And Victor, we will be staying on top of this breaking story through the overnight hours. Continuing coverage on the Local 10 Morning News begins at 4:30, and you can check in with local10.com at any time.
And right now, the other big story, tracking Arthur, the hurricane on the verge of making landfall. Hurricane specialist Max Mayfield with the advisory just in.
Arthur on a Carolina coast course. We know that evacuations were ordered earlier today. This is just one of Arthur's first expected stops this holiday weekend.
And South Florida's forecast for the 4th, a much calmer scene, as you can see as we look at downtown Miami, but storms could still pop up at any time, as we all know. Always a very busy night in the weather department.
Sure was. Now we do have hurricane specialist Max Mayfield with us standing by, but let's begin with meteorologist Betty Davis.
Good evening. The landfall of Arthur is indeed imminent, and that's going to happen tonight somewhere near Cape Lookout, North Carolina. We have watched this evening as that northern eye wall came ashore, so now we're just waiting for that eye to move on in. It is an awful night of weather. around the eastern portions of North Carolina. The latest on the advisory, maximum sustained winds at 100 miles an hour. So this landfall happens with this as a Category 2 hurricane. It is moving toward the northeast at 18 miles an hour. Now by lunchtime tomorrow, this is going to be pulling away from the Carolina coast and the mid-Atlantic coastline. Friday evening, a little closer to, say, the southern New England coastline. They'll have to watch that pretty closely, and then we'll continue to watch it move away and weaken. We like the fact that it is not a slow mover. We also like the fact, Max, that it is forecast to accelerate.
That's right. The slow-moving hurricanes tend to pile more storm surge up the bays and the rivers. So the fact that this is scooting off to the northeast is some good news anyway. And the steering currents are still very pronounced there. This very large amplitude mid to upper level trough still continuing eastward. That's what's going to accelerate Arthur out. But it really does make a big difference here. Just a little something coming in nearly parallel to the coastline, just a slight difference in that direction of motion really has implications there for the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Now, this is the wind field, and you kind of think of the core of the hurricane as the hurricane force and the strong tropical storm force winds in red and orange right there. You can see the real core already over the lake Cape Lookout area there. As time goes on here, that moves out to the northeast, really skirting the Outer Banks and the Sounds before it moves off the coast. And the yellow, the storm force winds here, clearing the North Carolina coast by mid-morning. Take one more glance at that radar. You can really see the eye wall there, and that just looks like it's going to scoot all the way up the Outer Banks here before it finally exits. So rough night for North Carolina.
Indeed it is, Max. Thanks so much. Not so rough here, mainly quiet on our radar. We're looking ahead to the holiday weekend, and it's going to be hot, humid, a few storms. We're going to talk more about the 4th coming up. See you then.
All right, Betty, thank you. But let's get back to that Carolina coastline getting battered by Arthur right now. And Local 10 News reporter Polo Sandoval is right there in the center of the storm.
Good evening. This is literally the calm before the storm on the North Carolina Outer Banks. Those folks who are not hunkered down are really going out to check out the beach for a few more times. This pathway that you see here, the lit white pathway, actually leads straight to the beach. We've seen a number of folks actually making their way out there, which is really not what officials here on the ground are recommending. They are asking folks to, if you did stay behind, to hunker down now as Hurricane Arthur is expected to make landfall very soon. We also caught up with other folks who say they're not planning on going anywhere as Arthur approaches.
Arthur is advancing, bigger and stronger than expected. The hurricane now predicted to reach the North Carolina coast, where emergency officials are taking no chances. They're warning residents and visitors on the Outer Banks.
The best thing to do is keep yourself out of harm's way so you don't put any of the guard or other safety personnel lives in jeopardy while trying to make a rescue that frankly wasn't needed if we were smart about what our movement and actions were. So if you're going to take action, take it now.
In Nags Head, some locals are staying put. Marge Burke plans to ride out the storm in her store.
A lot of people that would be shopping are running for it.
This nearby oyster bar shares a name with the storm.
So your response when you hear the name of this thing?
Love the name.
Joe Whitehead hoping the coincidence will help blow in more business ahead of tonight's expected landfall.
My first response was that we should get some free publicity out of this one.
And already the effects of Arthur, a Category 2 hurricane, being felt here in parts of North Carolina. We know of at least 7,300 power outages already reported, and officials believe that number is going to continue to rise as Hurricane Arthur continues barreling down the eastern seaboard. For Local 10 News, I'm Pablo Sandoval reporting.
And you can always keep track of Arthur on our local radar by downloading our Max Mayfield Tracker app. Just search Max Tracker in your app store. It's free, and we'll also have an update on all of this regarding Arthur on the Local 10 Morning News. That begins at 4:30 tomorrow morning.
The mother accused of trying to drown her 3-month-old son on Wednesday was in court today for a custody hearing. Anakisha Amor, who suffers from postpartum depression and is under suicide watch behind bars, cannot have contact with her baby boy. A family judge has ruled that the father of the boy will have custody of the child when he's released from the hospital. Meantime, the Good Samaritan who saved the baby talked about this scary experience today.
She asked me, can I use your phone? Can I use your phone? I said to her, yes, you could use my phone, but is that a baby? Is that your baby? She turned to me and she said, I think I killed my baby. I just was looking at the babies. The baby was so cute, so beautiful, and I was just asking God, please let me be able to do something to save this baby's life.
Where Brown was driving in Miramar when she noticed the unresponsive baby on the grass. She got out of her car and then she saw both the baby and the mother were wet, and that's when she realized it was a drowning incident, and she gave the baby CPR.
A hearing was held today for the teen accused of shooting a 15-year-old girl in the back. The mother of a 14-year-old boy facing aggravated assault with a deadly weapon charge was seen walking out of court today. The boy allegedly shot Ronisha Hart in the back in her Miami yard on Wednesday. Her mother said she survived and was taken straight to the hospital. Witnesses called it an accident. The 14-year-old boy is going to stay in juvenile detention for 21 days until his next hearing, where he will be charged as an adult.
A Fort Lauderdale mother missing for more than a week, and now a judge has decided who will have custody of her children while the search continues. Trukita Scott's fiancé was emotional as he awaited to hear where his 3-year-old daughter and 1-year-old son would go. The children were placed in the care of Scott's parents, but today the judge said that they could remain with their father pending a home study. Trukita Scott has been missing now since last Wednesday, last seen at her job in West Park. Her ex, Carl Watts, is also missing. He has a criminal record and an alleged history of jealous threats.
Opening tonight's follow-up file, new testimony in the cold case murder trial against a man accused of killing his wife back in 1994. A former U.S. Customs agent took the stand against Clifford Friend today. The agent said he saw Friend and another man throwing something over a boat along Government Cut 20 years ago. Prosecutors say it was the body of his ex-wife, Lynn. The other man on the boat already took the stand against Friend in exchange for immunity. Well, World Cup celebrations are now marked by tragedy. A deadly overpass collapse in one of the host cities. Coming up, an update on the search for the people trapped.
I'm Clay Ferrero. Deion Jordan speaks out on the day he's suspended by the NFL, and all of a sudden, LeBron James reports are everywhere tonight. We'll try to make sense of it all for you a little later.
From heroes to villains, everything in between, they've taken over Miami Beach. We've got the scoop on SuperCon. It's all coming up next.
Local 10 News.
Del Toro Insurance, the assurance to be well insured.
Driving along and then it happens. You get hurt in a car accident.
After your accident, make it easy. Call Rubenstein Law. They handle the hassle so you don't have to.
I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein. Call me. I want to be your attorney.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
It's summertime and I love Hollywood Beach. I also love the summertime sale at Hollywood Kia. Let's go! We're here at Hollywood Kia.
Trade on up today from your old car to a new Kia. Lease a new Kia Optima or Kia Soul for only $88 a month. And this month only, buy or lease a new Kia at Hollywood Kia and get season tickets to the Miami Dolphins home games.
I want to see ya in the Hollywood Kia.
Come on, come on, come on, have a ball. Come on and join the Marlins, y'all. We are the Marlins, come on, come on. Dive right into the fun, yeah.
Dive into the action with Family Sundays at Marlins Park. Pick up the Pepsi 4 for 54-pack. The next Family Sunday is July 20th at 110 versus the Giants. Plus, all fans will get a Marlins All-Star poster, courtesy of Franklin Dodd Communications. Go to marlins.com now. Marlins Baseball. Dive in.
Dive right in, join the fun.
I'm bankruptcy attorney Timothy Kincaid. Clients ask me every day if bankruptcy can put an end to the harassing calls, if they can keep their home, their car, or ever get credit again. The answer is yes to all of these questions. I can help you get out of debt in a way that protects you. I've been helping families for over 15 years. Visit miamibankruptcy.com or call 305-285-9100. 305-285-9100. Let me help you.
88 March from Veterans Job at Bayfront Park. Temptation, you know, Green, Sugar Hill Gang. Cool in the gang.
AGA.
Getting the Virtuous Woman Award at the American Gala.
I'm with the Mayor's Office. I'm the chairman of the Homeless Veterans Task Force for the City of Miami. We're glad to partner up with this gala.
Gala Award.
Be looking forward to
free at the AGA August 2nd Bayfront Park.
Bug bites, itchy rash. Stop your scratching. Stop your scratching.
Relief starts now. Gold Bond Rapid Relief. 2 itch-fighting medicines instantly relieve bug bites and all kinds of summer itches, so you can get back to fun. Gold Bond. Relief starts now.
Del Toro Insurance. The assurance to be well insured.
The Florida SuperCon started its super celebration tonight. The convention center covers comic books, video games, sci-fi, all kinds of pop culture. In fact, it's gotten so big, this year it had to move to the Miami Beach Convention Center. So we sent Local 10 News reporter Andrew Perez to take us on a complete tour.
So we've been traveling around the Miami Beach Convention Center trying to get a feel for this, and the one thing everybody's told me is that this event is about finding your inner geek and embracing it. Miami Beach is hosting the 9th annual SuperCon. You want to grab the kids because this event is out of this world. From those super villains you love to hate to the all-American dream team of heroes who fight them off. You may notice Miami Beach has gotten a little animated these days.
It's been interesting. A lot of people have their own taste of dressing and creativity.
Anybody can just come in here dressed as anything they want. Like
the 9th annual Florida SuperCon is in full swing. The costumes are big at this sci-fi convention, but some of the personalities are off the charts. First thing I have to ask is, how are you not uncomfortable here?
It's quite comfortable, actually. I'm on a bicycle seat and my knees on top of a pad. I could sit here for 5 hours before I go numb in the lower extremities. You know what I mean?
These three nailing Will Smith's Wild Wild West movie came all the way from Canada, cruising for comics, meeting your favorite stars from Game of Thrones or Spartacus. Every self-proclaimed geek has their reason for going.
Geeks are a small percent of the population, but you get into a venue the size of the Miami Beach Convention Center, and they're the majority.
So throughout the course of the weekend, 40,000 visitors will come to the Miami Beach Convention Center just to watch this. You can't really blame them either. I mean, this thing even has wrestling. You can watch all your favorite heroes and villains. Go at it. Call it a childhood dream or a geek's paradise. Organizers say there's room for everyone. Now, the event ends on Sunday. We've got the full details on our website, local10.com. For now, reporting in Miami Beach, I'm Andrew Perez, Local 10 News.
Okay, let's check in now with Betty Davis, and the skies are really bumbling and rumbling out there earlier.
Summer afternoons, we expect it, but can we sleep well tonight without getting woken up by that thunder?
Like babies, good babies. Some babies don't want to rest, but tonight we're going to be okay. Look at the radar right now. A few showers out over the Gulf of Mexico. There's an isolated shower, 1-2 over Lee County. So on the west side of the peninsula, elsewhere it's quiet, and we should make it through the night with mainly dry conditions. The big news, of course, happening across North Carolina tonight as Hurricane Arthur nears that landfall near Cape Lookout, coming in as a Category 2, maximum sustained winds of 100 miles an hour. It is moving toward the north-northeast at 18 miles an hour. So what a night they're having in eastern North Carolina. We're talking hurricane force winds, and then within some of the outer bands of this system, the possibility of tornadoes. So on and off tornado warnings as the cells in these bands come in, producing those quick spin-ups, which of course characteristic of a landfalling system. That's exactly what's happening here. It continues its track toward the north-northeast, and by lunchtime tomorrow, this should not be a problem for North Carolina. It will be out of that state's hair. Now, we're already starting to see the cold front pushing beyond the Appalachians. That's going to help kick that out toward the northeast, so that's some good news. Even better news, what's happening behind this front. Look at how nice the weather is right now for, say, Minneapolis, Chicago, Memphis. What a night to be spending there as high pressure has pretty much settled in. So heading toward the 4th of July, Arthur continues to move out toward the northeast off the mid-Atlantic and northeast coastline. For us, the story is hot, humid conditions, and with afternoon heating, we could have a few thunderstorms, so Mother Nature producing its own fireworks. But by, say, tomorrow night, you're heading out to watch fireworks in Miami or maybe Davie or maybe Pembroke Pines. We expect those storms to have diminished so we can all just enjoy a nice light display across our skies. Not talking thunderstorms by that time, but the fireworks that will go off here and there. In the morning, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will climb into the lower 90s, and as we heat up, we'll expect to have some of those thunderstorms popping. And through the weekend, it's going to be that kind of setup where you get the occasional scattering of showers and storms. Hopefully, most of them develop a little closer to the west side of the peninsula, but leave room in your plans for the chance for some storms. All the while, we keep it nice and hot and sticky. I hope you enjoy your 4th of July holiday. JC?
All right, Betty, thank you. Right now, we have some new information on our breaking story tonight. The off-duty Fort Lauderdale police officer that was shot in a fight at a bar.
Broward Sheriff Scott Israel just updating us tonight, saying that officer is out of surgery. Great news to hear, and is expected to recover. Stay with us for any new developments on this story tonight.
And still ahead tonight, one South Florida driver giving new meaning to that phrase, pump and go. What a sight on I-95. Look at this. How did we find this strange video? Well, it's thanks to our viewers, and we'll show you more coming up.
Good evening, South Florida. I'm MJ Acosta with your traffic alert. Two eastbound and westbound lanes of the Dolphin Expressway will be closed from Northwest 87th Avenue to Northwest 57th Avenue until 5 a.m. And remember, you can get all your traffic alerts starting at 5 a.m. right here on Local 10 News.
Xfinity Internet Speed Test.
A rabbit. A rabbit genetically modified and bred with a panther, with turbines attached. On ice, shaved, and driven by an overcaffeinated fighter pilot, traveling down a ski jump under better than ideal conditions.
Introducing Extreme 505, the fastest internet available, only from Xfinity.
Just $299.95. That's right. For a limited time, we'll paint your car for just $299.95 at Auto Painting USA Collision. Our locations in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Hialeah have been serving our community for almost 4 decades. Check us out at autopaintingusa.com, but hurry, at $299.95, this offer won't last for long.
Auto Painting USA, now that's more like it.
I'm bankruptcy attorney Timothy Kincaid. Clients ask me every day if bankruptcy can put an end to the harassing calls, if they can keep their home, their car, or ever get credit again. The answer is yes to all of these questions. I can help you get out of debt in a way that protects you. I've been helping families for over 15 years. Visit miamibankruptcy.com or call 305-285-9100. 305-285-9100. Let me help you.
Look at these. They're valuable Rooms to Go coupons in your newspaper. Good July 4th and 5th. Coupons that save you big money on great-looking furniture. 2 days only, this Friday and Saturday only at Rooms to Go. So find them and bring them along. Save a ton of extra money and look for the incredibly low interest-free monthly payments throughout the store. I'm talking really low. So buying's easier than ever. That's July 4th and 5th. 2 great days to shop Rooms to Go. Get extra savings and our lowest interest-free monthly payments. Only at Rooms to Go.
Our 25th anniversary celebration is on now at Arrigo. We're bringing in extra truckloads of inventory. We're out to smash all records by selling 1,300 vehicles. Every vehicle is discounted up to $13,000 off. 0 down and 0% financing. No charge lube, oil, and filter changes for life. Big screen TV giveaways every week at all 3 locations. Thank you, Florida, for making us #1. For our biggest sales event in 25 years, you gotta go Arrigo. Sawgrass, West Palm, Fort Pierce.
Summer clearance event.
Rubenstein Law recently got a client $850,000 for a car accident. When you need an attorney, call Rubenstein Law.
I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein. Call me. I want to be your attorney.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
What do you look for in a fulfilling career? Being an important part of a team? Doing something unique each day? Or is it knowing you have the skills that are in demand that allow you to make a difference every day? The answer could be in a career in medical assisting. And Kaiser University can prepare you to take the first step. Call Kaiser University now at 1-888-243-1679.
At least 2 people died and dozens others hurt when a bridge under construction in Brazil collapsed today. It happened at Belo Horizonte, a city set to host a semifinal World Cup game. A commuter bus, 2 construction trucks, and 1 car were struck. The female driver of the commuter bus died. It's unclear who was the other person killed today. The overpass that collapsed is one of the projects that was not finished on time for the World Cup. No word yet on what caused that collapse today. The man charged with murder after leaving his 22-month-old son in a hot car denied bond today. Testimony today revealed Justin Harris not only searched hot car deaths on the internet, but he also had 2 life insurance policies taken out on the toddler. A detective also testified that Harris was sexting several women the day of his son's death. Harris claims he forgot to take his son to daycare and left him strapped in the car seat when he went to work for 7 hours.
Okay, admit it. Most of us are guilty sometime or another of forgetting to close the gas cap on our cars, but this driver forgot to take the gas hose out of his car gas tank. Check out this video sent in to share at local10.com. The driver of this car left a South Florida gas station with the gas hose still attached, and you can see it's just flailing behind that car right there. Someone shot this video on I-95 southbound. We have no way of knowing how long it took that driver to figure out what he had done.
Well, a car with sentimental value that was stolen years ago has now been recovered, and the keys are now back in the hands of a very happy family. When a man from Plantation passed away from brain cancer, his widow gave the car to his beloved brother-in-law, but the car was stolen, and now 3.5 years later, Don Muriato finally has it back. But getting ownership of that car once again was quite complicated. He had to buy it back from his insurance company in an online auction.
It was definitely a little bit more expensive than we would have preferred, but we're very, very happy to have the car back in the family. We never really thought beyond our wildest dreams that the car would still be in South Florida.
Well, the family had to buy the car back because they have received an insurance settlement for it after it was stolen. The Chrysler was found in Homestead when police busted a car theft ring. Wow.
Let me go check and make sure that I don't have a gas hose sticking out of my...
You would never do that, huh?
I've forgotten to close the gas tank, but I've never left the hose in the car and driven away.
Guilty as charged. Guys, after a bit of a dead period now, reports of meetings with LeBron James camp coming fast and furious tonight. Who has he met with, and what does this all mean for the Heat? We're going to break it down for you next.
But first, tonight's winning Cash 3, Play 4, and Fantasy 5 numbers. Good luck to you. We're coming right back.
The finest ingredients, exquisitely prepared, culinary masterpieces, where winners dine.
I'm bankruptcy attorney Timothy Kincaid. Clients ask me every day if bankruptcy can put an end to the harassing calls, if they can keep their home, their car, or ever get credit again. The answer is yes to all of these questions. I can help you get out of debt in a way that protects you. I've been helping families for over 15 years. Visit miamibankruptcy.com or call 305-285-9100. 305-285-9100. Let me help you.
See your home in a whole new light during City Furniture's July 4th sale. A power reclining microfiber sectional, $19.99. A complete queen bedroom, $6.99. A 5-piece dining set, just $3.99. And find even more July 4th specials at cityfurniture.com. Plus, get same-day delivery and no interest for 18 months. Right now at City Furniture.
Rubenstein Law recently got a client $475,000 for injuries from a fall.
If I were you, I'd call Rubenstein Law.
I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein. Call me. I want to be your attorney.
Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Hi there. Hi. We're challenging people to try Finish Power and Free. What dish detergent are you using now? Cascade? Are you ready to take the Finish Win-Win Challenge? We had lasagna last night. It's going to be tough to clean. Well, let's load it up with Finish Power and Free and see what happens. Wow. That's incredible. That's the hydrogen peroxide action for you. Really? What if I told you Finish Power and Free has less harsh chemicals? I'm definitely making the switch. Take the Finish Win-Win Challenge for a sparkling clean with less harsh chemicals.
Del Toro Insurance.
the assurance to be well insured.
The finest ingredients, exquisitely prepared, culinary masterpieces, where winners dine.
The agent for LeBron James has met with 3 teams, the Suns, the Cavaliers, and the Dallas Mavericks. That according to Yahoo Sports. LeBron himself, though, has not met with any of those teams yet. However, according to Yahoo, if Heat President Pat Riley doesn't improve Miami's roster soon, LeBron could potentially meet with finalists next week. Also in that report, though, Riley and Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra are in L.A. at this moment to meet with free agents. That includes 4-time All-Star big man Pau Gasol. So how serious is all this? Well, it depends on who you ask. Some execs tell Yahoo that there's a chance that LeBron could leave because of a disconnect with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, while another says that this whole thing is a smokescreen. Again, we'll keep you posted. The disappointing start to Deion Jordan's Dolphins career just got a whole lot worse. The NFL has suspended the Fins defensive end for the first 4 games of the season for violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing substances. The Fins traded up to the number 3 spot in the draft to pick Jordan last year, but he had trouble getting on the field and came up with only 2 sacks all season long. In a statement, Jordan says that he tested positive for a banned stimulant. He also says, quote, "I'm very sorry for the impact of this situation on my teammates, coaches, Stephen Ross, the entire Dolphins organization, fans, and my family as well. I will continue to work extremely hard during training camp and preseason. During the suspension, I will stay in top shape and will be ready to contribute upon my return." To baseball, Marlins trying to sweep the Phillies. They had a lead in the 9th inning, but the Phillies scored 2 runs on ever-exciting RBI groundouts. The Phillies fight back to win a final score of 5-4. Not sure what's worse, losing or losing like that.
Looking forward to you saying winning streak for the Marlins. Didn't quite
so
happen.
close,
yeah, I know. All right, thanks a lot, Claire.
Well, we want a winning forecast. 4th of July is just a few minutes away.
Yeah. Bikini weather, hot, humid. It's going to be really oppressive, and we are going to have some storms, but it won't be necessarily a washout the whole day. You know how it's going to go down.
Picnic it early, right?
Yeah.
Barbecues, all that good stuff. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
Meteorologist Betty Davis.
Now is the time to get hurricane ready.
Go to the App Store and download the Max Tracker app. And download the Local 10 Hurricane Survival Guide at local10.com. The one and only Local 10 News. We have you covered.
The following is a paid program.
The following is a paid presentation for Derm-exclusive instant anti-aging, brought to you by Beachbody.
I'm Deborah Norville, journalist, author, wife, and mom, and today I am joined by Grammy-winning music superstar Chili of TLC and television phenomenon turned entertainment reporter Mindy Bourbano Stearns. Now, what do I have in common with these 2 talented ladies?
We are all competing to keep up in a youth-obsessed world, fighting to maintain our healthy, youthful appearance for as long as we can.
Oh, amen to that. I mean, it's the fine lines, it's the wrinkles, it's the crow's feet, it's all this business that's going on. We are going to be battling those enemies every single day.
Yes, that's right. But you know what? There's
Ahora entre 10 y 30% en electrodomésticos.
Han visto que las mujeres no han abandonado el escenario. Todas ellas han hecho esto en apenas.
Kings in procession.
That's what God gave me. And he said, son,
opportunity to be part of it with the Today Show family was like a dream come true.